everyone to the Dandenong High School 2024 production.
Before we begin, we're going to go over a few rules to ease you into the performance and also make it very clear of the expectations we have on you as an audience.
Firstly, please keep your phones on silent. Please do not answer to any phone calls, text or message throughout the play, like this.
And definitely not like this. The next thing is no flash photography. This is how it's done.
This is how it's not done. Next, please be respectful while the actors are performing, like this. I'm so proud.
And not like this. The next thing you need to be aware of is no fighting in the theater. Like this.
And do not let out your more primitive, primal side like these beasts. Now, due to some past experiences, we must reiterate that there will be no projectiles in the theatre. If you could just sit and watch the performance without throwing anything onto the stage, that would be greatly appreciated. Like what these people are doing.
Unlike these people brought projectiles. Don't be like these people. Let's take a look. Now, if you see or you hear something funny, please respond like this.
Don't be rude and disrespectful like these people.
Come on, that's cringe.
Now, there may be many sad or tragic moments throughout the play, so please cry when appropriate, like this. Oh, it brings a tear to my eye.
Don't hold back your emotions like this. Please cry. Next, please applaud for your amazing actors, like this.
Don't be rude and disrespectful like these people. Just do it, please. Clap. One final rule for you all.
More of a guideline, actually.
Please, everyone,
have fun!
London.
Burlington Gardens, London.
Savile Row, Burlington Gardens, London.
Number 7, Savile Row, Burlington Gardens, London.
1872.
October 1872.
Wednesday, October 2nd, 1872.
22 minutes after 11. Wednesday, October 2nd, 1872.
A.M.
We can be so precise about our location and time because we live in an age of technological progress. We live in the Great Victorian Age.
Our empire stretches to all 4 corners of the globe, and that globe itself is shrinking.
Shrinking indeed. Even in the Daily Telegraph, it was said that one may now go around the world in 80 days.
Mr. Phileas Fogg, I am here about the job.
You are French, I believe,
I am.
but you do not have a French accent.
No, I've traveled about a lot.
Really?
Only not that recently in France. The traveling about is how I got my nickname, Passepartout. It's French, you know. It means...
That you've traveled about a lot. And you were called Jean?
Jean.
John.
Jean, if monsieur pleases.
But that is wrong.
It is French.
Exactly.
And I've traveled about a lot because I seem to be very good at leaving one job and finding myself in another, rather quickly. Why, if you knew all the jobs I've had, you'd laugh. Circus rider, professor of gymnastics, sergeant in the Paris Fire Brigade, itinerant singer.
We don't need to hear that.
I know several songs by heart, some in French. I am French.
You have said, but I do not believe that you are a Frenchman at all.
Really?
No.
Oh, monsieur, I cannot lie.
You cannot lie.
No, I cannot lie. That is the truth.
Well, that could prove rather inconvenient. You may be French, but your references are good. And you know my conditions. One last thing. What time is it?
24 minutes after 11.
It's slow.
Monsieur?
No matter. It is enough for me to draw your attention to the error and for you to correct your watch. Do not let it happen again. From this moment, 29 minutes after 11, October 2nd, 1872, you are in my service. Now, I am going to my club. I will return at midnight precisely.
For Mr. Phileas Fogg to reach the Reform Club at Pall Mall, he must put his right foot in front of his left foot 575 times, and his left foot in front of his right 576 times.
A pleasant task known as walking that he has performed every day at 11:30 a.m. for more years than anyone cares to remember.
Whilst he is doing this, let us pause to consider, in true scientific fashion, to what sort of a gentleman Passepartout found himself engaged. An anatomy of Mr. Phileas Fogg.
Figure tall and well proportioned.
About 40 years of age.
Fine, handsome features.
Hair and whiskers light.
Forehead neat and smooth.
A clear eye.
Face a little pale.
Magnificent teeth.
An English gentleman.
A true English gentleman. If you were to look in his wardrobe, you would find each pair of trousers, each coat, and each jacket is numbered, indicating the time of year and season at which it should be worn. This same system applies for the shoes.
This is a singular resemblance of an honest man, a man so exact that he is never in a hurry, the most deliberate man in the world, one who always arrives on time.
Yet, even in this ordered age, we are never far from the disorder that threatens our measured existence.
printed notes stolen.
Thank God, brutally murdered. Police seal the ports and stations.
574, 575, 576. Ah, the Reform Club.
Can you believe a reward of £2,000 and 5% of whatever is recovered.
They'll be spared to capture the thief.
Oh, well, just gentlemen, they say with polished manners. He's tall, about 40 years of age, handsome features, hair and whiskers light, a clear eye, and face a little pale.
And magnificent teeth.
Magnificent teeth? Magnificent teeth. I know he doesn't seem like the type to rob the Bank of England. And brutally murdered a guard?
Sounds more like a true English gentleman.
Only a true English gentleman wouldn't.
Oh, no. They'll stop him soon.
Oh yes, he better find some excuse, no matter how implausible, for leaving London rapidly.
He won't get far, not with a description like that in the hands of the police. No country would be safe for him.
Where would he go then?
Oh, the world is big enough to hide one man.
It once was.
What? Has the world grown smaller? Indeed, it has. Progress has made it smaller, and a smaller world offers fewer places for the villain to hide.
One might as well say his escape will be easier. For if he can travel around the smaller world in, say, 3 months?
80 days. 80 days?
80 days!
80 days. It was in the Telegraph. From London to Suez by rail and steamer, 7 days. From Suez to Bombay by steamer, 13 days. From Bombay to Calcutta by rail, 3 days. From Calcutta to Hong Kong by steamer, 13 days. From Hong Kong to Yokohama by steamer, 6 days. From Yokohama to San Francisco by steamer, 22 days. And from San Francisco to New York by rail, 7 days. From New York to London by rail and steamer, 9 days. Total, 80 days.
That can't take into account that even the best ocean steamers are often 2 or 3 days late.
It does.
Derailings, collisions, shipwrecks, floods, snowdrifts, and typhoons?
Included.
Bandits going up the rails?
Included. Ah! What are bandits pulling up the rails, stopping the trains, and pillaging the luggage vans? All included.
Theoretically, maybe. But in practice, pulling up, stopping, and pillaging?
In practice also, all included.
How would he prevent that?
Oh, there are ways that a gentleman could take such a journey.
We'd like to see you do it!
If you wish.
When?
At once, observe.
I'll wager then.
I happen to have £40,000 in freshly minted Bank of England notes right here in this bag. I will wager half of it.
£20,000?
£20,000?
In freshly minted Bank of England notes?
And the other half will serve as expenses. You could lose it all with just one unforeseen delay. In this age of reason, this age of science, this age of truth, this great Victorian age, the unforeseen simply does not exist. It has been foreseen.
You're joking with us, sir.
A true English gentleman does not joke when he's talking about something as serious as a wager. I will bet £20,000 that I can go around the world in 80 days, returning to this very room in the Reform Club on Saturday, December 21st. Do you accept?
We accept!
Then you had better excuse me, for the Dover train leaves at 9:15 p.m.
You're gonna be so rich after this. Yes.
Yes.
Fogg is nothing like my last employees. He's not unpredictable. He won't go chasing around the country on the lookout for adventure. I imagine that we shall get on well together, Mr. Fogg and I. Very well indeed.
Pass the two. Pass the two. Pass the two. We are going around the world.
Around the world?
In 80 days. We haven't a moment to lose.
Of course, of course. Socks, shirts.
Bradshaw's Continental Rail and Steam Transit and General Guide. This is all we need. Now, get dressed and meet me downstairs. And take this bag. Do not let it out of your sight. There are £20,000 inside.
£20,000?
£20,000 in freshly minted Bank of England notes. What else will be honoured wherever we go?
By cab to Charing Cross.
Tonight train to Dover. Choo-choo.
The ferry to Calais.
Monsieur!
Whatever is the matter?
Alas, in my hurry, I forgot
What?
to turn off the gas in my room.
Never mind. We will let it burn. At your expense.
The train to Paris on Thursday, October 3rd, 8:40 a.m. Leaves Paris for Tours.
Leave Paris for Turin? How will we cross the Alps? A hot air balloon, perhaps?
Don't be ridiculous. We do not have time for such romantic nonsense. We must travel at speed. At speed, I say. A hot air balloon is far too slow. No, we will take the train.
Over the Alps?
There's a tunnel.
Oh.
Friday, October 4th, 6:35 a.m. Arrive at Turin and change onto the 7:20 a.m. train for Brindisi.
Saturday, October 5th, 4 p.m. Arrive at Brindisi to sail on the Mongolia for Suez.
At this point, we are neither behind nor ahead of schedule.
Suez, the mouth to the Great Canal and the gateway to India.
Suez, monument to the genius of invention and the power of industry.
Suez, thrilling to the bustle of travellers of every nation.
Suez!
Suez, Suez,
Suez, Suez, Suez, Suez, Suez.
Am I in Suez?
Thought that would be obvious.
In Egypt?
In Egypt.
And in Africa?
In Africa.
In Egypt and in Africa. This world is truly extraordinary.
Indeed.
Sorry to bother you, but do you know where the consul's office is?
White building, end of the quay.
Thank you. I shall go and tell my master.
Good.
Sorry to bother you again, but what are you doing?
I am watching and laying in wait.
Watching and laying in wait? Why?
I am a detective. Watching and laying in wait is what detectives do. Especially detectives from Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard? Who are you watching and laying in wait for?
The gentleman thief who robbed the Bank of England the early hours of last Wednesday and brutally murdered a guard.
How will you recognize him when you see him?
I won't recognize him. I will feel his presence. I have a sixth sense, the chief tool of the Scotland Yard detective. For instance, from your accent, I can tell that you are French.
But I don't have an accent.
No, but you've traveled about a lot.
But how?
Elementary.
Remarkable. Truly remarkable. So how will you feel the presence of the villain?
My aforementioned sixth sense.
Yes?
My acute pulse of observation.
Yes?
And I have a written description.
Oh. A well-dressed gentleman with polished manners, tall, about 40 years of age, handsome features, hair and whiskers light, a clear eye, face a little pale, and magnificent teeth. Why, that sounds just like...
He won't get far.
That description has the singular resemblance of...
An honest man. I know. The greatest robbers always look like honest men. It's in the teeth. Always the teeth. Show me an honest man with magnificent teeth, and I'll show you a criminal mastermind.
A criminal mastermind? No, it couldn't be. He's an English gentleman. A true English gentleman.
The consul's office?
White clothing and a bikini.
Thank you. The steamer leaves again at 1 o'clock. Make sure you're on it.
No, monsieur.
Thank you.
Why, that was magnificent teeth. My sixth sense never fails. So what does he want in Swiss?
The British Consulate Suez.
Here is my passport. Kindly do me the favor to visa it.
You're Mr. Phileas Fogg,
I am.
and you have a servant with you?
Passepartout. Unfortunately, he's French.
Yes, but he does not have a French accent.
No, he has travelled about a lot. How do you know about his accent?
Never you mind.
You're from London,
I am.
and you are going
To Bombay.
on board?
The Mongolia.
Very good. A visa is not necessary for that journey.
No, but a visa will prove that I came via Suez. Thank you.
Excuse me. A word with you.
Sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to buy socks and shirts. We left with only this bag.
Then let me walk with you. I know an excellent shop for socks and shirts.
How very kind.
You left London in a hurry then?
Don't let me miss the steamer.
You have an hour. It's only 12 o'clock.
12? No, it's 10.
Your watch is slow.
My watch. An heirloom. Passed down from my great-grandfather. It doesn't lose 5 minutes in a year. It's the perfect timekeeper. Besides, I took the care to check it by Big Ben just before we left.
You must have kept your watch in London time, which is 2 hours behind that of Suez.
What?
You see, as you travel around the world, the sun appears to rise at different times, depending upon where you are on the globe. You should reset your watch in each new country.
Reset my watch? Never.
Then it will not agree with the sun.
The sun will be wrong then.
You left London in a hurry.
I should say.
And when did you leave?
Last Wednesday, the same day as your robbery.
And where are you going?
Straight ahead.
And is your master rich?
I happen to be carrying an enormous sum of freshly minted Bank of England notes here in this bag.
Why does he need so much money?
Well, I cannot lie.
You cannot lie?
No, I cannot lie. That is the truth.
Well, that could prove rather convenient. So, tell me, why does he need so much money?
He says we are going around the world in 80 days.
Nonsense! No one goes around the world in 80 days. That is clearly a lie.
No, that, monsieur, is clearly the truth.
No doubt. His master is a robber. We have the facts. And the implausible excuse for leaving London hurriedly. A large sum of banknotes stuffed in a bag. The exactness of which he matches the description. And most importantly, the sixth sense of a detective. I must handle this carefully. He has, after all, already killed a man. Now he is desperate and on the run. I shall go and see the consul immediately.
You should go and see the consul immediately.
Exactly.
Very good. The British consulate swears.
That man must be arrested. He's the gentleman thief who robbed the Bank of England
Really?
and brutally murdered a guard.
And you are
Fix.
Fix.
Fix of the Yard.
The Yard?
Scotland Yard.
You don't have a Scots accent.
No, but I've traveled about a lot. I am Fix of the Yard. I have a sixth sense and a master of disguise. That man must be arrested.
Are you sure he's your man? He's got a very honest face. Magnificent teeth.
Magnificent teeth. Precisely. What is his name?
I'm afraid I cannot reveal that information.
Then I shall go ask his servant.
His servant?
Yes, his servant cannot lie.
Oh dear, excuse me.
What is your master's name?
Mr. Phileas Fogg.
Nonsense. No one is named Mr. Phileas Fogg. That is clearly a lie.
No, that monsieur is clearly the truth.
I shall have to go back to the consul's office.
Back to the consul's office.
Yes, back to the consul's office.
Excuse me. The British consulate swears.
Can you keep that man here until I have a warrant for his arrest?
I'm afraid not. His passport is in order and he even has a visa.
Then send a telegram for London asking for a warrant to be dispatched immediately to... Where did he say he was going?
I'm afraid I cannot reveal that information.
Then I shall go ask his servant.
Really?
Yes, his servant cannot lie.
Oh dear, excuse me.
Where are you sailing to next?
Bombay.
Nonsense! No one sails to Bombay! That is clearly a lie.
No, that monsieur is clearly the truth.
I shall have to go back to the consul's office.
Ah, excuse me. The British consulate swears.
I will take passage on board the... What ship did he say he was traveling on?
I'm afraid I cannot reveal that information.
Then I shall have to go ask his servant.
Really?
Yes, his
You
servant.
cannot lie. Excuse me.
On what ship?
The Mongolia.
Nonsense! No one names a ship.
The Mongolia. Aha! That monsieur is clearly a lie.
No, that, sir, is clearly the truth.
Back to the consul's office.
The consul's office.
The British consulate swears.
I will follow the rogue, taking passage on board the Mongolia, and arrest him there in India.
Very good. Will you be speaking to that servant again?
No!
Good. Why not?
You can't believe a word he says.
Why?
Then he might recognize me. I shall endeavor to keep out of his way.
An excellent plan.
And so we leave Suez on the Mongolia for Aden and Bombay, with the ship faction lower in the water in the presence of Fix of the Yard.
Sunday, October 20th, and the Indian coast is in sight of the ship.
Since my departure from London, I have made a gain of 2 days. Thank you. Bombay. I shall go directly to the consul's office to obtain a visa, and then have a light dinner. The train for Calcutta leaves at 8. Make sure you're on it.
Ah, Bombay. I shall go directly to the market to buy fresh socks and shirts, and then explore the wonders of this extraordinary city. The train for Calcutta leaves at 8. I will make sure I am on it.
Bombay. I shall head directly to the headquarters of Bombay Police and collect the warrant to arrest this international rogue and his interminable servant. The train for Calcutta leaves at 8. I will make sure they are not on it.
The British consulate at Bombay. You know that a visa is not required for this journey.
I do, but require one nonetheless. Kindly do me the favour to sign and stamp my passport.
Of course.
Is there a good restaurant here in Bombay?
The station cafe is very good.
Excellent.
Socks, shirts. And to what address would you like these sent, sir?
I should be taking them with me. Tell me, what is there of interest to be seen within walking distance of here?
The temple on Malabar Hill is particularly striking. But do remember, sir,
Thank you.
to remove your shoes before entering.
And you are telling me that no warrant has arrived from London?
It may come tomorrow.
Tomorrow is too late. The train leaves at 8. He will be on his way to Kolkata by then.
Or even the day after tomorrow.
Can I arrest this man without a warrant?
Impossible.
Take me to the head of police.
Or even the day after
The
that.
head of police!
Of course.
A local specialty, sir. Rabbit stew.
And is this rabbit?
Caught this very morning, sir. In a jungle. A hole. A rabbit hole.
And this rabbit didn't happen to meow before it was caught, did it?
A rabbit doesn't meow, sir. A rabbit goes...
And does a rabbit have a long tail?
A rabbit does not have a long tail, sir. A rabbit's tail is...
And tell me, does a rabbit, by any chance, just happen to creep about on all fours?
A rabbit does not creep around all fours, sir. A rabbit goes...
A rabbit?
A rabbit.
In ancient times, the cat was considered sacred. Those were the good old days.
For the cat, sir?
For the traveller.
Wait, but you still...
Sorry, I have a train to catch.
The outside of the temple is indeed magnificent. And as for the interior, extraordinary.
You!
What?
You!
Me?
Your shoes!
My what?
Your shoes!
My shoes?
Take them off.
What?
Take them off.
Take what off?
Your shoes!
I shall not.
You shall.
I shall not.
Then I shall take them
Oh,
off.
no, you shan't.
Yes, I shall.
Stop that. Sorry, I'm a train cat.
But you're the head of the Bombay police. You must be able to do something.
What can I do? Only the London office can issue the warrant.
But...
The offense took place in London.
But...
It's not if it took place here in Mumbai.
But...
Now, that will be a different matter.
Please?
If the offense took place here in Mumbai, take off your shoes.
No, I'm not taking them off. not.
You shall.
No, I won't.
Whatever is no noise. Oh, look, an offense taking place here in Mumbai. Some fellow has entered the temples of Marble Hill without first removing his shoes. Look, they're chasing him through the streets.
Take off your shoes!
No, I won't. No!
You get back here!
An offense, you say?
Yes, here in Mumbai.
Worthy of a warrant for an arrest?
Most worthy.
Ha! I have him! Have my man!
This is the route to Peninsula Railway. Takes to Kolkata on leaving Bombay. Over the viaduct south of Sunset. Towards open country makes good time yet.
Passing Pole Well, it enters the mountains, keeps climbing up as the air cools and thins. Struggling now, piling on steam, past black basalt, tree sticks and green.
Smoke upon cotton, nutmeg and coffee. Smoke upon palms, pepper and tea. Past picturesque bungalows, monasteries emptied. Marvellous temples, rich. Ornamented through jungle, alive with tigers and snakes. Elephants cooling in half-hidden lakes. And stops at Berhampore for travellers to eat.
Where I buy some slippers to cover my feet.
Enters the pass to the mountains of Supor, leaving the Kandaish.
Passengers should please get out here.
What?
Passengers should please get out!
What?
The train goes no further.
What?
The railway isn't finished.
But the papers announced.
The papers were wrong. There's still 50 miles to be laid from here to Allahabad.
And we have tickets from Bombay to Calcutta.
And passengers must know that they should try alternative means of transport.
We were told that.
Well, other passengers seems to know.
But it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Really? I make it 8 o'clock, and you've just eaten your breakfast. Your watch is slow.
My watch is the perfect timekeeper. Besides, I took the care to check it by Big Ben just before we left.
You must have kept your watch on London time, which is 4 hours behind that of India.
What?
As we travel around the world, the sun appears to rise at different times. Depending on where we are on the globe, you should reset your watch in every new country. Has somebody never told you this?
Yes, but reset my watch? Never.
Then it would not agree with the sun.
The sun will be wrong then.
50 miles of track still to be laid, you say?
50 miles to some of the densest and least hostile jungle known to mankind.
An engineering impossibility?
Certainly not. For we live in an age of technological advancement. We live in an age of reason, an age of science, an age of truth. We live in the great Victorian age. This is a mine incident, nothing more serious. I believe that I have found us an alternative means of transport.
A hot air balloon?
Don't be ridiculous. We do not have time for such romantic nonsense. We must travel straight ahead. Straight ahead, I say. Straight ahead. A hot air balloon is far too unpredictable. No, I have found us this.
An elephant!
Indeed.
An elephant?
It will suit our needs.
An elephant?
Exactly. And elephants are, as we all know, renowned for traveling in straight lines. It costs some £2,000.
£2,000 for an elephant.
Exactly. Now, mount up. We have a train to catch.
Forgive me for asking, monsieur, but this delay. This can't have been foreseen.
All foreseen.
You knew that the railway was not completed?
No, but I knew an obstacle would come up sooner or later. We still have the 2 days gained between London and Suez. Nothing is lost. We will reach Calcutta in time.
Provided there are no more delays.
Indeed. What is that? Quickly, take the elephant deeper into the bushes. We must not be seen.
I do not intend to be seen. What can you see, monsieur?
It is a procession of some sort. The figures in the long robes are priests, and the priests are leading a woman. I know what this is. A voluntary human sacrifice. No. Wait. My God, she's being drugged. This is no voluntary human sacrifice. And those aren't priests. They're British bandits. This poor woman is being forced by my own countrymen to burn alive. No doubt to terrify the locals. And then, while they're distracted, these bandits will pillage everything. Suppose we save this woman.
Save the woman? But how? And what if we are caught?
Hideous tortures and certain death.
Hideous tortures and certain death?
Hideous tortures and certain death. We still have some 12 hours before we need to reach a train in Allahabad. I think that this would be a good way to spend them, saving this woman.
You are a man of heart after all.
Indeed, if I have the time.
But how? The woman is secured for the night inside the walls of an ancient temple, placed in a state of waking stupor and guarded constantly, well beyond the reach of even the most intrepid adventurer.
Dawn rises. In the half-light, the princess, quite senseless, is brought from her place of imprisonment, led to the top of an oil-soaked pyre, and laid her down.
And snatched her from the top of the pyre. I think, monsieur, that we should leave.
At once. It will not be long before this deception is discovered. Quickly! We have until 10 to reach the railway. To the elephants! Killed a man.
But
I know.
But
It had to be done.
But
Pass the two. The elephants!
Mr. Phileas Fogg and Passepartout race for the Calcutta train. Let us consider the new traveling companion, the Princess Sauda.
The Princess Auda is a charming woman, a true princess.
One who speaks English with great purity.
But now, the Calcutta train.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your kindness and bravery.
It was nothing, mademoiselle.
But what am I to do now? I cannot return, but I have no other place of refuge.
You should come with us.
Come with you, sir. I cannot.
I see no reason why not.
And where are you bound?
London, England. Ahem. Via Calcutta, Hong Kong, Yokohama, San Francisco, and New York.
We are going around the world.
In 80 days. Would you like to join us?
Sir, I have no choice but to throw myself on your protection. I shall come with you to London.
Excellent. I think, though, that it would be best if you were to remain out of sight until we reach England again.
Really?
It is my feeling that we are being followed,
No.
and I should hate for anything to happen to you.
And if he were to turn up?
Then it were best if you were not here.
And so, with Princess Sauda, we can imagine Mr. Phileas Fogg and Passepartout arrived at last in Calcutta.
The princess. Imagine scenes of tentative friendship between her and Mr. Phileas Fogg. A growing sense of intimacy, always proper, well-balanced, and regulated. And anything that may follow will seem all the more believable.
Calcutta, October 25th, the exact dates of our planned arrival. We may have lost the 2 days gained between London and Bombay, but we're still on schedule. All that remains to be seen is that we meet the Hong Kong steamer without delay.
Yet, as we have said before, even in this ordered age, we are never far from the disorder that threatens our measured existence.
Mr. Phileas Fogg,
I am
your manservant?
just behind me.
I need you arrest him, then perhaps you could be so good as to follow me.
Why ever should I follow you?
He has committed a serious offense on Indian soil.
A serious offence.
Violation of the sacred temple of Malabar Hill by one shirtless servant, a fine of £200.
Let me pay.
And inasmuch that the master is responsible for the action of those in his employ, an additional fine of £150.
That also.
And imprisonment of 15 days.
15 days? 15 days? But I have a steamer to catch at noon.
You'll not be catching that steamer.
I have him at last! I have stopped him! No one can run from the fix of the earth!
Around the world in 80 days, and we are sure to have our way.
Time is a funny thing. Only 23 days of Mr. Phileas Fogg's allotted 80 have passed since he first left London. And yet we are already halfway through the story.
23 days that have seemed to have gone by in a matter of minutes. Passepartout's watch, although set to the Big Ben at the beginning of our journey, is now wrong by some 5 hours.
We arrived back where, or rather when, we once were.
15 days? But I have a steamer to catch at noon.
You'll not be catching that steamer.
I have him at last! I have stopped him! No one can run from the fix of the earth!
This is a minor incident. Nothing more serious. I offer bail.
And you have that right.
No!
How much?
1,000 pounds each.
I don't believe it!
Which someone will keep if you attempt to leave Kolkata.
I understand. Now, I will be attempting to leave Calcutta. I have a steamer to catch at noon.
The rogue has got away! Sacrificing 2,000 pounds! Only a thief and a murderer would waste money like that. Further proof of his guilt if the magnificent teeth weren't evident enough. I will board the steamer too and follow them to the ends of the earth. Now, it's a matter of honor!
Let us imagine ourselves aboard that steamer, the Rangoon.
The arrest must be made in Hong Kong. If he escapes from Hong Kong to America, all will be lost. I only hope that the warrant for his arrest is with the police there. If he has not arrived, I will have to delay his departure until it does. I may have failed in Bombay. I may have failed in Calcutta, but I will not fail in Hong Kong. If I do, my reputation is lost for sure.
You, here, on the Rangoon!
My goodness, you here on the Rangoon! And your master?
Yes, here on the Rangoon! Are you going around the world too?
No, I will be stopping in Hong Kong. As my friend, shall you?
I have it! He's not a detective, he's a spy! Why else would he be following us so closely? He's sent from the Reform Club to make sure Monsieur does not cheat. They say that there is a storm due. That could hold us back by days.
You must be in a great hurry to reach Hong Kong then.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Fogg must be very anxious about catching that streamer to Yokohama.
Oh, yes.
And you believe this is all on the account of some ridiculous bet?
Oh, yes. Don't you?
I don't believe a word of it.
Oh, you're a sly dog, aren't you? But it's the truth, as we both know.
What does he mean by that? He can't have guessed who I am. I am a professional detective. I have a sixth sense and a master of disguise.
No doubt about it. A spy. Just watch me flush him out. It is a shame you will not be able to come with us to Yokohama. From there, it is only a step to America, then London.
Indeed, but someone is footing the bill for me. And I'm on a limited budget.
And that is just as I suspected.
What the devil does he mean by that? What the devil do you mean by that?
Do you really want to know?
Yes, I do.
Well, I cannot lie. You, monsieur, are a storm! Just as I was about to expose him for who he really is. That spy is the devil's own luck.
Hong Kong, 24 hours due to the storm. We have missed the Yokohama steamer.
Perhaps we could take a hot air balloon?
Don't be ridiculous. We do not have time for such romantic nonsense. We must travel with precision. Precision, I say. A hot air balloon is far too subject to the vagaries of the four winds. Did that storm teach you nothing? Excuse me, when is the next steamer for Japan?
High tide tomorrow morning.
And the steamer's name?
The Carnatic.
But that was the steamer that we were meant to catch yesterday.
See, they had to repair one of her boilers, so her departure was delayed. You've not missed her yet, mister.
Thank you.
And with that slight shrug, Mr. Phileas Fogg greets this extraordinary favour of chance, and our heroes find themselves with that beautiful luxury, time.
16 hours to explore the many and varied delights of Hong Kong.
The warranty's not here in Hong Kong either, and it may not arrive for several days. My only hope is to detain him here. Bureaucracy! What use a detective's sixth sense and a master of disguise if he is to be thwarted at every turn by a petty bureaucracy?
A gentleman spy from the Reform Club again. Things aren't going too well for them. Perhaps I can cheer him up. Monsieur, will you be joining us on board the Carnatic after all?
It seems I have no choice.
I had a feeling you'd be coming along with us. I've just booked our cabins. I have the tickets right here. A drink to celebrate? I think I have time for a small glass of port before I go back to my master.
Your master doesn't have the tickets?
No,
And he couldn't sail without them?
definitely not.
And so we'll be delayed here another week?
At least, but a small one. We wouldn't want him to miss the steamer, would we?
Certainly not. Allow me.
Just a port. A small glass of port. 2 small glasses of port.
2 bottles of port. Bottoms up.
Santé.
I've been meaning to have another word with you.
A word with me?
A word with you. Bottoms up.
Santé.
And it is about your master.
My master?
Yes, your master. Bottoms up.
Santé.
And 40,000 pounds of freshly minted Bank of England notes.
And the 40,000 pounds of freshly minted Bank of England notes?
40,000 pounds.
40,000? There I was thinking it was only 20,000. He has risked a fortune on this bet. Santé.
Bottoms up.
Santé.
Bottoms up.
Santé.
Bottoms up.
Santé.
Help me.
Help you?
Help me.
Help you how?
I will give you 500 pounds.
500 pounds?
500 pounds. Bottoms up.
Santé.
Keep your master in Hong Kong for another 2 or 3 days. Make him miss Yokohama steamer.
Miss the Yokohama steamer? Monsieur, that is cheating!
Cheating?
Cheating! A true English gentleman will never cheat.
Something.
And so Mr. Phileas Fogg will not have his tickets. He will not be able to board the Carnatic, and I will have my man. The plan is foolproof, and there is no way out of this for him. Excuse me, do you mean to sail on the Carnatic?
I do.
You will need tickets for that, surely.
Yes, but as you can see, I do not have any.
What can you do? There is no way out of this, unless you take a hot air balloon, perhaps.
You as well. Don't be ridiculous. We do not have time for such romantic nonsense. Haven't you been paying attention? A hot air balloon is far too slow, unpredictable, and subject to the vagaries of the four winds. No, I shall simply purchase some more tickets.
Purchase some more?
Yes, I had my manservant acquire some yesterday, but he seems to have disappeared. No matter.
More? Curses! I hadn't thought of that! He's a criminal mastermind. But I am fixed of the art. I have a sixth sense and a mastery of disguise. I shall board the steamer with him. At least his interminable servant won't be with him.
I thought, Mr. Fogg, that you wished me to remain unseen until we reach London.
Indeed, but this seemed a good time for you to take the air.
How does the journey progress?
We will soon reach Yokohama, and then, this very evening, sail for America. Everything is going as expected.
Apart from the disappearance of Passepartout.
Indeed.
Monsieur?
Passepartout.
Oh, where am I?
You choose to join us again.
Yes, and I have the tickets.
I fear it's a little late for that now.
Oh.
Yokohama. Let us get below deck and prepare to disembark, and then sail for America.
In this tale of mishaps, calamities, and adventures, it is a pleasure to find a journey that passes without incident.
In fact, there is only one notable moment in our hero's voyage across the Pacific.
Occurring as we cross the 180th meridian, exactly halfway around the globe from London. Excuse me, what is the time?
It is 12 o'clock, monsieur.
And indeed it is 12 o'clock, midday.
But had Passepartout's beloved watch the capability of showing day and night, he would have realized that it read 12 o'clock midnight and not 12 o'clock noon.
You see, as we travel around the world, the sun appears to rise at different times, depending upon where we are in the globe. The clocks are set accordingly, so that at the same moment, it is 12 o'clock midday. Here, in the middle of the Pacific, it is 12 o'clock midnight in London.
Nonsense! My watch says 12 o'clock, and the sun is at its highest point in the sky.
But your watch does not agree with the sun.
Maybe not, but I think you'll find that the sun has reset itself to agree with my watch.
The passage to America is smooth, and the boat arrived in San Francisco as scheduled, early on the morning of December 3rd.
Mr. Phileas Fogg has neither gained nor lost a day.
We board a train on the Pacific Railroad, the great ribbon of metal that joins San Francisco to New York, the West Coast to the east.
The Pacific Railroad, from ocean to ocean, its very route of poetry of names. Oakland,
Ooh.
Sacramento,
Ah.
Sierra Nevada.
Ooh.
It is simple. I still don't have the warrant, and I cannot stop him here in America.
The Cedar Mountains,
Ooh.
the Tooele Valley,
Ah.
the Great Salt Lake.
Ooh.
So, I will follow him to New York, across the Atlantic, and arrest him the moment he sets foot in England.
The Wasatch Mountains,
Ooh.
the Rockies,
Ah.
the Harte River.
Ooh.
But what if I am mistaken? What if that wretched manservant is correct, and he's not my man?
Omaha,
Ooh.
Oregon,
Ah.
Colorado,
Ooh.
Kansas,
Ah.
Iowa.
Ooh.
Nonsense! I am fixed of the art. I have a sixth sense and a mastery of disguise. Besides, he matches the description so exactly. If I could only get a look inside of that bag, though.
Chicago,
Ooh.
Lake Michigan,
Ah.
Lake Erie,
Ooh.
Cleveland.
Ah. You here on the train.
My goodness, you here on the train!
Pennsylvania,
Ooh.
New Jersey,
Ah.
the Hudson,
Ooh.
New York.
Ah.
That is for Hong Kong!
What poetry there is in names.
Poetry indeed.
Have you finished?
I have.
Not you! Him!
I have, for the moment.
Good. I wanted to have another word with you.
Another word? I didn't much care for the last one.
It is in your master's best interest. Up until now, I have been his enemy. Now, I am on his side.
Really?
Yes, I wish to I wish to help him reach England.
So do you believe he's an honest man now?
Yes, and I need your help. Prove it.
How?
Is that your master's bag?
It is?
Let me look inside it.
Why?
I suspect it is stuffed with thousands of pounds of freshly minted Bank of England notes. If it is, your master's a common thief and a murderer. Give it to me. Let me look.
No! You are a spy from the Reform Club, and you have come to steal the money, knowing that you've lost your wager!
So there is money inside the bag. Let me have it.
Stop! 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 Sorry, excuse me.
Get down from there!
Don't worry about that!
Will you stop hitting me? No! No, help me! You're like to do me!
Did a man not just fall from the train back there?
He did, but
And is that not his jacket?
it is, but
Have you stolen it?
it would seem so, but
Then we must stop the train and fetch him.
Monsieur, you don't understand.
And give him his jacket back.
Monsieur, please listen.
We cannot leave him lying by the track.
I beg of you.
Another train may not be along for hours.
With respect.
And this is America. It isn't known as the Wild West for nothing.
Don't
What would you have people think of me? That I am a common thief and a murderer? You were saying?
It is nothing, monsieur. I shall go and tell the conductor that we must reverse the train.
Excellent.
However, by retracing their steps to rescue poor Fix, the train arrives on December 11th, 3/4 of an hour late.
Just 3/4 of an hour late. After a journey of 7 days, 3,086 miles. Great indeed are the achievements of the human industry.
Just not great enough to catch the transatlantic steamer for Liverpool, New York.
Is there nothing to be done?
No, there is nothing.
This is all my fault. I should have let him look inside the bag. I know you're an honest man. If he just looked inside the bag, I'm not even going to suggest a hot air balloon.
Except, find another steamer. This is a mine incident. Nothing more serious. You, sir, with the boat. Are you the captain? I am Mr. Phileas Fogg of London.
And I am Captain Andrew Speedy of Swansea.
You don't sound Welsh.
And you don't sound French.
I've traveled about a lot.
And I come from Swansea, Massachusetts.
Is your vessel a fast ship?
A fast ship? You mean you've never heard of the Henrietta?
Should I have?
She's the ship that made the Atlantic run in less than 8 days. She's fast enough for you, old man.
And are you going to put to sea?
Shipping.
Bound for?
Boredom.
Any cargo?
No cargo, just ballast.
Any passengers?
No.
Would you like some?
No.
Take me and my partner.
No.
Will you, no, money is of no
No.
object. Let me hire the boat.
No.
Buy it?
No.
Will you take me to Liverpool?
Not even for £200.
What about 2,000?
2,000?
To Liverpool?
A piece?
A piece.
How many of you are there?
4.
4?
4. Myself, my manservant, an Indian princess,
A woman board on my boat.
and an unfortunate gentleman who fell from a train.
Monsieur! I implore you!
And no questions asked.
What is this? Some kind of local trouble?
Let's just say that we'd like to avoid any further entanglements.
I start at 9 o'clock. You have half an hour. Make sure you're on board.
9 o'clock it is. Past for 2. What time is it now?
3:30.
3:30? That cannot be right. Please get that watch seen to.
If the sea does not become rough, if the wind does not veer to the east, if there are no accidents that occur to the boat or the engine,
Then it is perfectly possible that the Henrietta will cross the 3,000 miles from New York to Liverpool in the 9 days between the 12th and the 21st of December.
but that is all Mr. Phileas Fogg has now. 9 days.
But what is this? As you pass the banks of Newfoundland,
The barometer is suddenly falling. It is growing colder, and the wind has shifted to the southeast.
We cannot alter our course. Furl sails and power on the coal. Straight ahead. Always straight ahead. Half the Atlantic crossing has now been achieved. So far, there have been no major complications, but even in this ordered age, we are never far from the disorder that threatens our measured existence.
The coal is giving out.
Are you certain?
We have kept the engines at full capacity since we've started.
We'll fuel all the fires until the coal is exhausted.
What?
2,000 pounds.
We'll have no more fuel.
A piece.
Aye, sir.
the funnel of the Hengitter vomits forth plumes of smoke again, and the boat sails on at full steam. But just 2 days later,
the coal will run out during the course of today.
Well, fill the valves with steam. Do not let the furnaces go out. Keep it up to the last.
And so, still 770 miles from Liverpool,
There's no coal left.
Then I must ask you to sell me your boat.
Never.
But I will be obliged to burn her.
Burn the Henrietta?
Well, the wooden parts at least.
A boat worth 4,000 pounds.
Here are 6,000. Now, get to work.
Bob?
Yes?
There's something of the Yankee about you.
I shall take that as a compliment.
The seats, the bunks, the poop, the cabins, and the spare deck.
the masts, the rafts, and the spars.
the railings, the fittings, and the topsides. The Henrietta may only seem like an iron hull, but she is still one that travels full steam ahead.
We only have the deck we are standing on left to burn. We will never make it to Liverpool. There's not enough fuel.
I have thought about this. This is a mine incident. Nothing more serious. Tell me, are those the lights of Queenstown?
They are, but Queenstown is in Ireland.
I am fully aware of this fact. Turn the Henrietta to Queenstown, burn the deck beneath our feet, and we will make it to the Reform Club today.
In it goes. Every scrap that can be burned is fed into the furnaces, and just as the last splinter of the last plank is consumed by the last flames.
Sir, we no longer have a boat.
No matter, we still have the Royal Mail.
The Royal Mail?
Yes, the Royal Mail.
Are we then to be wrapped up in brown paper packages, tied up with strings, and then posted to London?
No, for that would be ridiculous. We will get the express mail train from Queenstown to Dublin, and from thence to Liverpool and London. A route that I believe will save us some 12 hours.
And so it does. Mr. Phileas Fogg has done it, thanks to surprising speed and efficiency of the Royal Mail. He boarded the train at Liverpool to alight in London,
Where, after a short carriage ride,
Excuse me, are you Mr. Phileas Fogg?
I am.
Well, I arrest you in the name of the Queen.
But I have to be at the Reform Club by 8:45.
I'm afraid, sir, you'll be coming with me to Scotland Yard.
As we have said before, even in this ordered age, we are never far from disorder that threatens our measured existence.
And so, our story ends. Mr. Phileas Fogg has all but achieved his goal of travelling around the world in 80 days, arriving in London with hours to spare, but has been halted by the extraordinarily long arm of the law, an arm so long and indeed so flexible that it has stretched the circumference of the globe to place its hand upon Fogg's collar.
Even if there were some unlikely or contrived way to prove his innocence, time is ticking away, and there goes the moment at which it was too late to set off again.
The adventure has failed, the journey has ended, and Mr. Phileas Fogg, by reason of his ambitious wager, is a ruined man.
But What is this? He reads. Bank of England, gentleman, thief, and murderer. Arrested in Basingstoke? It wasn't Mr. Phileas Fogg after all. Release him at once!
But to what use? For there was the moment at which it was too late to set off again.
Is there really nothing to be done?
To save our adventure?
Yes.
No, there is nothing. For there was the moment at which it was too late to set out again. But there is always something to be done. We shall return to number 7, Savile Row, Burlington Gardens. We have a little business there.
Ah, yes. The gas.
I suggest you run ahead and turn it off before the princess and I arrive. Madam, would you please pardon me for bringing you to England?
I should pardon you?
When I resolved to take you away from a country which had become so dangerous for you, I was a man of considerable means and could hope to place part of my wealth at your disposal. But now, I am ruined.
Rather, you should pardon me, sir, for delaying you on your journey, and so helping to bring about your ruin.
I fear that circumstances were always against me. But please, allow me to give you what little I do have.
Then what will become of you, Mr. Fogg?
I need nothing, and will have it.
How you can face such a fate so calmly.
This is a minor incident. Nothing more serious.
You have friends?
No.
Family?
No.
Solitude is a sad thing.
I've heard that said.
Mr. Fogg, we have asked people to imagine scenes of tentative friendship between ourselves. Always proper, well-balanced, and regulated. And anything that may follow would seem all the more believable.
I remember.
I believe they've done so.
I certainly hope so.
Then marry me and be my husband.
Oh, Alba, I love you. By all saints, I love you, and I am yours.
Embrace me, Phileas.
Alba, I shall.
£9, 7 shillings, 4 pence on gas! As if we had not lost enough already.
Ah, pass the tune. Do you think it is too late to call upon the Reverend Samuel Wilson?
5 minutes past 8. No.
Then please do so.
Of course. You're not.
What?
Nothing. Why?
Why?
Do you wish me to call upon Reverend Samuel Wilson?
I shall be needing his services for tomorrow.
Of course. Are you sure you're not?
What?
Nothing.
For tomorrow?
Monday?
Yes. Tomorrow, Monday.
For tomorrow, Monday. Of course. You're definitely not.
What?
Nothing. The Reverend Samuel Wilson says you cannot have his services tomorrow.
Well, why ever not?
Because tomorrow is Sunday.
Monday, surely.
No, for today is Saturday.
Saturday? Impossible.
That is what he said, and he is a vicar.
Saturday? Of course. Fetch me a cab. I don't have a moment to lose. Can you wait another day?
Dearest, I can't.
Dearest? I don't understand.
It's to do with the fact we traveled eastwards.
What?
As we travel around the globe, the sun appears to rise at different times. Depending upon where we are on the globe, we must set our clocks accordingly.
No, not that.
Don't you want to know about the extra day?
Yes, but not now. I'll ask about it later. More interested in...
Don't forget to ask, or you'll never know how the story ends.
All right.
It is enough to know that Phileas has not yet lost his bet.
Phileas?
My darling has indeed missed a day.
Your darling? You were... I knew you were.
What?
Never mind. Hang on one moment. We have missed a day? We have missed a day! We have missed a day! But now we only had...
When is the last train coming from Liverpool?
Over an hour, but we can safely say he's lost a bet. Let's not be too hasty. He has
2 minutes more.
After all, he is well known for his punctuality. Why would it be like him to arrive at a stroke of a quarter to? Not a moment too soon. Or too late.
I told him one cannot take into account every eventuality. 1 minute more. And he said that these ways we can achieve anything.
30 seconds.
Even travel around the world.
20 seconds in 80 days.
15.
This is just what happens when you trust the power of human inventions.
10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, gentlemen. Time for a hand of whist.
What the? And this is Julie from Mr. Phileas Fogg has won his wager and journeyed around the world in 80 days. He has used every means of travel known to our modern industrial age. Carriages, steamers, railways, and elephants.
He has traveled at speed, always straight ahead. He has shown us that our world is indeed shrinking as our knowledge grows, and that speed and information will be the watchwords for the generations to come.
But has he gained nothing from his travels? Is he really completely unchanged after all his experiences?
Not quite.
You are a man of heart after all.
Indeed, if I have the time.
So, what have you brought back from this long and exhausting journey?
Only the love for a woman who makes me the happiest man alive. Exactly. And who, for this, wouldn't travel around the world in 80 days? Pass the truth. Would you like to join us?
Indeed, monsieur. Where are we going?
Who cares?
Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you wanna start something new, and it's breaking my heart you're leaving, baby, I'm grieving. If you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you find a lot of nice things to wear, but a lot of nice things turn bad out there. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just on a smile. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you like a child. baby, it's a wide world. I'll always remember you like a child.